You can easily miss some of the best and most unique items in the game, so I want to tell you how to get them before it's too late, but first start with some really nice weapons that are just up for grabs. Like this very nice pistol that every 4th shot fires through projectiles, lots of damage with this one, only had some trouble using it in the 3rd person mode, but if you don't like it, you can just sell it for a ton of money. So for this, we want to head to the Narian system and then to Nira and then the one-of-a-kind salvage landing spot. You actually go here during a UC Vanguard faction mission, but can already go here before that, or if you missed it, just return to grab it later. So from your ship, we want to enter the outpost protected by the turrets, then head from the first room into the next one, and now just jump, go in a straight line, and then you will find the mag husk, and the gun is yours. There's also a unique katana you can get in a kind of secret hideout. It's an optional thing you can do for the Guilty Party's Ryujin Industries quest, but also here, you can already enter it before that and loot everything. So for this, we want to head to the Voli system and then to Voli Alpha and then to Neon Core. Then immediately go to the app site, which is behind the elevator. Then head up the stairs on your left and go straight until you see this food and drink store. Now quick save here because we want to steal the key from Frankie behind the counter, which was easy enough, but if you fail, of course, load the previous save you just made. And now you can enter the back room and get into the hideout. From there, go straight, take the stairs on your left and then move up. Then immediately continue, go to your right like this, continue once again. And now you enter a new area where you can jump down and see a weapon crate. Now since we're stealing, we want to crouch and then be hidden, which you can of course see if you spend 1 skill point in the stealth skill, and then grab this amazing katana once you are hidden, and it's great, especially at taking out regular enemies that have less armor thanks to the Berserker perk. But as a melee weapon, the katana just feels great to use, and yes, it is again a stolen weapon, but then we can of course just go to a trade authority vendor. I always go to the den in the wolf system, just sell the weapon there, stay inside the menu, go to buy, then to buy back, and bam, now it's a legit katana. Also, by the way, in the hideout, if you then go up the stairs after getting the katana, go into the Syndicate back room and get yourself 5k credits from this chest. Now onto some amazing and missable unlocks. Of course, if you like the video so far, then leaving a like would be awesome. And subscribe because we got way more Starfield videos like this coming your way and already up on the channel. Now over to you, Dennis, because you got this amazing free ship.
Thanks, Jordan, and yes, this Kepler R ship is pretty amazing. It's also really massive, but that's partly because it has room for 3550 storage space and a powerful enough grav drive to jump 28 light years, which is actually required for reaching some endgame locations. It also comes with some decent laser and ballistic weapons, and of course this entire ship is just a template, as you can mod it to better fit your playstyle at any ship mechanic. In order to get it, we need to complete the Over-Designed quest. It becomes available after completing the main story mission High Price to Pay and then talking to Walter at the lodge and asking him about more work. He will then send you to the Stroud Eklund Star Yard, where you are tasked with helping his team design a new spaceship. You will want to save often here, as depending on your choices and actions, you might get a different ship as a reward. But we want the Kepler R, so in order to do that, simply follow these steps. Our first order of business is to convince Jules, the head of the team, to go with the kitchen sink proposal. You need to persuade her for this, so save beforehand, as this is one of the requirements for the Kepler R. After convincing her, listen to the proposals of the rest of the team and give them positive feedback, so one of the top 2 dialogue options. And then pick up and complete 2 missions from the bounty board, 1 destroy and 1 transport mission, and return to the Star Yard. Then you'll need to pick the compromise option over team building, return to Walter in the lodge, and after that you can pick up your Kepler R from any ship mechanic by setting it as your home ship. Although you might not be able to fly it immediately. That is because the Kepler R is a Class C ship. In order to pilot these, you need to level the piloting skill all the way up to its highest level, which can actually go pretty quickly if you have some spare skill points, as the UC Vanguard simulator you do as part of your training for the faction will help with the challenge. It has you blow up a certain number of ships, but kills in the simulation count too, and since you can jump back in even after completing it for the first time, you can use it to farm for kills. Now I want to give it back to Jordan, as he's got an amazing armor from a main story mission that I totally missed, so tell tell us about it.
Yes, and no major story spoilers of course in this video, but there are some huge missable items that you can only get during certain main missions and not afterwards. Like at one point during the No Sudden Moves main quest, you actually want to look around the ship. So after skipping or meeting with Petrov. Want to go in the side room right here where you can find this pretty nice unique AK that is actually really good. I missed it during my first playthrough, but luckily now I have it. And then later during this main quest you reach the vault and I stole the key from Petrov so I could just enter without him. And they find this very unique neon dancer outfit that you can wear yourself, but it also looks great on your companions. So after trading it, just equip it for them. Nice fit, bear it. And you can only get this during this mission, for as far as I know. You cannot go back to this location afterwards. Same for this other amazing outfit. Only during the unearthed main mission you can pick this up. At one point you'll reach this really cool looking area. You will notice this already cool like Mercury outfit behind the glass. But if you then go left, you actually see it on display and can grab it from the mannequin. I really love the look of this one, and again, it's only obtainable during the unearthed main mission. If you go back later, you cannot enter this area anymore. So these are mostly for the very unique looks, but there's also a really good, probably the best legendary armor during your regular playthrough that you can easily miss, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So easy in fact that we both missed it in our playthroughs. It's an amazing armor you can get as a reward for the main story mission Entangled, which is relatively close to the end. But don't worry, I can tell you how to get it without any main story spoilers. Now we already talked about the amazing experiment A7 that you can also get from this Entangled mission. Video for that will be linked in the description, but turns out I made a wrong choice near the end of it, which means I missed out on the legendary Nishina spacesuit and a helmet that both come with some pretty great perks. Sadly, there's no other way to get it or to go back for it if you make the wrong choices. What is nice about the Nishina armor is that from what I've seen, these perks should be the same for everyone, unlike the Mantis armor, which has a randomized set of perks. So you'll have the incendiary and reactive perks to incinerate and stagger enemies that attack you, and you also have automatic to automatically administer a health pack if you fall below 25% of your max health. So if you want to get it, you want to play all the way through the main story until you get to the main story mission Final Glimpses, which has 2 planets as a potential objective, and we want to travel to Freya 3. This will start Entangled, and from there just follow the mission markers until you get close to the end, when your objective changes to Disengage Power Interlocks. Now in order to explain what you need to do next, I need to get into some potential spoilers for the mission. We'll try to keep things as vague as possible, but still consider yourself warned. So during the mission, you've already been traveling between 2 different places, a research station and an alien hive where a lone engineer called Raphael is stranded. At the end, it's up to you to choose which you want to save, and by going with the research station, you'll be rewarded with the Nishina suit and helmet. So you'll make your way through several areas in lockdown, looking for computers to open the security gates until you reach this chamber. Disengage the power interlocks, make sure you're doing this in the research station and not at Raphael's location, and then press the emergency shutdown to close things out. You'll be rewarded with the Nishina armor after talking to the director of the research station. So definitely the better choice of the two, as saving Raphael means that you can get him on your crew, but his skill set isn't great. And there is actually a third option where you save both Raphael and the research team, which is a bit complicated, so I'll leave a guide to it in the video description. And there are more amazing weapons and items you can get in Starfield, which we talked about in our previous best weapons video that you can watch by clicking on the screen. Subscribe to not miss our upcoming Starfield content and leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it. I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.